Throughout Hornby's 100 years, many employees have come and gone, from factory workers to development teams, customer services and marketing. Each member of the Hornby team that has walked through the doors of Hornby are woven into the fabric of the company. Without them, Hornby cannot run. And in this series, we wanted to shine a light on some of their unique stories, each one different and each one giving an insight into life at Hornby. Today, I've been lucky enough to share my Hornby memory. So my first Hornby memory, I started working in 2017 for the company, and obviously just like any first day it was nerve-wracking to come into a new place, a new company and get the lay of the land, as it were. But for a while I was only working with scale electric cars, so I didn't get a chance to get my hands on a Hornby model for quite a few months. And I remember the first loco that I filmed was a development sample, and we wanted to do a running video of the sample, and I got everything I needed. I went into the development area and I started running the train, and I knew absolutely nothing about how to get it running, how to film it. I'd never filmed model railways before, and the first thing I did was I asked around, and I realised that the knowledge base that other employees had at Hornby was, well, it was a wealth of knowledge, and I was helped out and I got it running. And the first thing I did was I had it running anti-clockwise, which of course I learnt was not correct. So that was my first mistake that I made. Anyway, after filming it anti-clockwise and filming it at a very high speed, I then was informed that it was incorrect. So I had to go back and do it again. Filmed it clockwise, filmed it at a slower speed, and I think the thing that I remember the most about that moment was the sense of calm that was there while I was running the model. You know, the hustle and bustle of the office around in the distance, and me just on my own, and the sound of the model running around the tracks. There was something quite calming about it. It made me open my eyes a little bit more to why these models are so popular and why people love Hornby and model railways. And I think the video was probably only a minute long, but I filmed for 15, 20, 30 minutes, just experiencing the model railway going round and round and round, and yeah, for me that was probably my first significant memory for Hornby. What do I love most about Hornby? Well, it's kind of twofold really, because I love the people I've had the chance to work with, the passion and enthusiasm that so many people at Hornby have for model railways, and for the people that buy model railways is amazing, and it's infectious. Everyone goes the extra mile to make sure that every detail they can get right, they do. They want to make these models the best they can be for our audience. And that's one of the things that I love about Hornby, is that dedication to creating the best that they can, and the passion and the enthusiasm that they put into that, the hours of work that goes into it. I don't think you could do that if you didn't care about these models. There's older generations, there's younger generations, but the one thing that stays with them is that passion and that drive to create the best model that they can, and the joy that they see in people at home opening their models, running their models. You know, that's something quite special, I think, is seeing people that enthused about their work. And the second thing that I love about Hornby is the people. The people who buy the models, you at home, that run them. Your passion, your commitment to model railways is second to none. Vocal, yes, obviously, because you love model railways, and I think that shines through in the comments, the community that lives online now, the newsletters, the forums, everything like that. That this hobby isn't just a hobby, I suppose, as the slogan says. It isn't just a hobby. It's a lifetime's journey, and seeing so many people who've been with Hornby for 50, 70, 100 years, you know. I mean, they wouldn't have been for 100 years, obviously, but, you know, that length of time to love and enjoy a hobby like that is something quite special. And I've been lucky enough to meet some of those people on events, things that I've gone to and filmed. And, of course, through our YouTube channel, I've been able to connect with our audience. And I think there's something special about model railway audiences, because they do take things to heart, and that's anyone that's passionate about something does that. And to see the enjoyment that people get out of seeing a model run, or even just unboxing a model and showing it off, or being able to put it on their shelf, the memories that they bring back for people, the nostalgia that they bring for people, is something that I certainly haven't seen in any jobs I've worked in. And I think that's probably one of the two things I love the most about Hornby. And obviously, as a job, I love the fact that I get to play with locomotives and cars and plastic modelling and die-cast models in my job. So yeah, that's why I think I love Hornby. 100% Hornby's helped me in my life. Before I started working at Hornby, I was a freelancer, so I was working with local communities, small businesses, charities. I was creating my own work, and it wasn't easy at times. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that are self-employed, and they understand how difficult waking up each day and having to look for work, search for clients, deal with lots of different projects at one time, not having the surety that you will get work, and that you have to pay the rent, you have to pay the mortgage, you know, you've got the car, the kids, anything like that. And I love what I do. I love filming, and I love videos, I love producing videos, and a lot of the time I found that I wasn't able to do that because of how competitive the industry is. And you know, it wasn't easy, and people that have seen me on YouTube videos know that I have had issues with my mental health, depression and anxiety, and spending a lot of time at home. I moved to Kent. I didn't really know anyone. I didn't have any contacts in that area, and it was a lonely time. It wasn't an easy time for me. So when I got the chance to then work for Hornby, it changed my life in that way, because it gave me the chance to come to work each day and do something that I love. It's given me the chance to meet some amazing people. It's given me a chance to learn. I've done so many things since I've been here that I had never done before. I've worked on commercials, I've worked on YouTube channels, I'm in front of the camera now. All these things, they help me day to day to get through what I need to get through. And I mean, I wouldn't have had the house that I'm sat in now if I hadn't got that as a steady job and a steady income. And I think for me, that's a life-changing thing. And I've experienced so much, I've learned so much, and I know there's only more of that to come. And yeah, I think for me, that's probably why Hornby has really affected my life. And the passion, again, that I keep going back to it, but that passion is infectious within you. You go to work and you feel happy to be there. You feel infused by other people's dedication and passion, and you come home and you have your own hobbies, you have your own things, and you feel just as driven to do those because of the people you're around. Yeah. Why do we love hobbies? Games, railways, crafts, movies, writing, sports, the list of hobbies goes on and on. But what is it about these hobbies that makes us dedicate hours of our lives to them? For many, it's about the escape from the stresses of life, a chance to focus on something different to the world around us. For others, it's about the community, sharing something with others and meeting new people. We're sure many of you have met lifelong friends and partners while enjoying your love for railway modelling. Hobbies also provide a release. For those struggling with mental health issues, bereavement and illness, hobbies can provide a way to focus the mind and bring happiness and joy to our day-to-day lives. The benefits of hobbies to our health is exponential. We're all searching for our own piece of happiness in this life, and hobbies provide this. The passion and enthusiasm that railway modellers have is one of the strongest. Whether it's collecting, modelling or running locomotives, the dedication from railway modellers is enviable. We think the world would be a little darker without these hobbies in our lives, and we salute all the hobbies out there. When the Bittern was brought into locomotive storage and I got a chance to be there when that was brought in, was quite a special moment for me, to see a full-scale locomotive up close and see the sheer size and how magnificent locomotives are, and to see how a locomotive of that scale is then brought down to our models and the level of detail that goes into our models. From that, you could see every small, tiny detail on the Bittern. You could see it on the model railway, and I think that for me was a really special moment. I used to travel down to see my grandparents in Paynton in Devon, and so like many others, I'd used trains all my life, but I'd never really fully appreciated how amazing they are. And to be able to stand in front of a steam locomotive and see these huge mechanics, it's quite unbelievable. And it just it made me appreciate a lot more, something that maybe I hadn't thought about previously. So that's one of my fondest memories. I'd have to say another fond memory of mine is creating the Hornby 100 film, which launched this year to launch the 100th year. That was something quite special, to be able to create something that encapsulated 100 years of Hornby and the life and the memories and the feelings that the people at home feel towards these models, and to show that it's something that's been with people for so long and that people are so passionate about, that to put that into just a 4 or 5 minute film was really something special. And of course, your amazing reaction at home to that film was a really amazing moment for me. You put a lot of work in, and you never quite know how people are going to react or what people are going to like or dislike. So to see it spark so many people discussing their memories, talking about what they love about the hobby and what they remember from their childhood, and to see that there are some parallels in that story between the character, the Hornby hero in our film, to you at home. I think that's definitely one of my fondest memories. It's a little bit difficult because, as many of you know at home, I'm not a model railway enthusiast. I've grown to love the hobby, but I still struggle with my Class 66s and my Class 156s. But I suppose I could generalise when it comes to hobbies in general, because we all have a different hobby. Myself, I enjoy reading, I enjoy making films, and I love writing. And back in 2011, I sadly lost my father to cancer, and it was difficult to see what it had done to him and how it affected the people around him. My family, my brother and sister, my mum. And afterwards it wasn't easy. I wasn't working very much at the time, and I was finding myself at home a lot, not going out much, and I wrote, and that was my hobby. And it helped me. It did. It brought me out of some really dark places, and to have a hobby, something to focus your energy on, to pull you away from the things that you're going through, I think really does help. And that's evident in model railways. We've heard it plenty of times from people at home that have shared their stories of how having a hobby has enabled them to focus, to forget about their worries, to take some time away from the stresses and the strains of the world, which we all need, and to feel like, I guess, like you're in your own world. It sometimes can feel like we don't have control of the things around us, and I think having a hobby, having something that you have control over is a really good thing. And for me, it may not be that I am a Hornby model railway hobbyist, but I can appreciate just how much a hobby can give to you. We wanted to shine a light on some of your stories, so I'm going to read one of the Hornby memories from Robert Gregory. It was Christmas 1965. I was 5 years, 3 months old, had scarlet fever and was quarantined from all my school friends. A bit like today, really. I was very contagious and covered in spots. I'd had the Holiday Express train set for my birthday 3 months previously, a B12 460 number 61572 and 2 chocolate and cream Mark I coaches. I remember I woke up on Christmas Day to a mass of track and points, a station and a Freight Master train set, a Brush Type 2 diesel and 7 wagons. I can still reel them off even today. A horse box, cattle wagon, milk tank wagon, Triang container wagon, 3 container wagon, drop side wagon and brake van. We now had enough track to make the 6x4 track plan number 3 in the track plans book of the time. I sat and played trains and my friends could only look in and see me transfixed in a different world, oblivious to them peering in. And I'd upgraded to plan 5 in the track plans book before I eventually got my 6x4 board in the spare room, Winston Churchill and some Pullman coaches. I still play trains 55 years later, and I am still transported into my little world that I have created. Hornby touches people in so many different ways. With my memory, it was about the people I've met, the friends I've made, and how you've inspired me through your love of this hobby. It is a testament to each and every one who works at Hornby and you at home who continue to support us. So thank you for watching my story. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And coming up next, we have Simon Kohler in episode 3. He's going to be sharing some of his Hornby memories. And we also have a Hornby Memories bookazine, which will be a free download, which is coming soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. As always, thank you for watching, like and subscribe so you stay notified, and stay safe, and we'll see you at the next stop.